Watch this. A secure police building. And I walk right in. I'm here to file a complaint on a former sergeant who spit on me and flashed a gun. Yet they try to kick me out for asking questions. Who are they protecting? Why is the truth banned? Stay. Accountability starts at this door.
Hey, how are you, ma'am?
Good, how are
Where's
you?
the POSTC office?
That I don't know. Give me 1 second.
Sure.
You got no audio recording. You guys
I'm sorry?
recording?
Yeah, I'm just here to see the commission.
Okay, you got the sign though here. Hold on.
Right. That's not a law, ma'am. I just wanted to see the commission.
I don't. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll need
Hold on.
to get one of the troopers down here.
Give me 1 second.
Yeah, no problem. I'll be right here. So it looks like they have some training session going on here. Very interesting.
Right there.
So this is the Connecticut State Police Training Academy. This is where officers like former Sergeant Brian Fehee learn to be tyrants and lie. Creative writing is a big course here at the Connecticut State Police Training. Creative writing. To put it nicely, creative writing. So this is the commissioner here. Let's take a look. Ronald Higgins is in the middle. Colonel Daniel Loftman, who issued the statement saying that the internal affairs report was accurate, unbiased, complete, as opposed to my edited, deceiving videos. So I do have a new cameraman, my old cameraman, obviously, from being unjustly arrested. He decided that he didn't want to tag along anymore. I don't blame him. So I have the one and only Leroy Truth from Leroy Truth Investigations. He also does not have a hood or a mask, as the Connecticut State Police wanted to say in their report here. So we're here today to submit a complaint with the POSTC, Connecticut Police Officer Standards and Training Council. Here's the report here, here's the complaint here. We're trying to speak to somebody to get former Sergeant Brian Fehee's certification to be a law enforcement officer here in the state of Connecticut revoked. As we've all seen, over millions of people have witnessed. Brandished a firearm, spat in my face. You can see over here in the auditorium, they are conducting a training session right there. Again, we're here to, hey sir, who are you?
No, who are you?
Who are you? So
Who are you?
You came to speak to me.
Who are you? Do you have your credentials on?
Yeah.
How'd you get in the front door?
Oh, I was let in, sir. Who
By
are
who?
you? Who are you, sir?
By who?
Who are you, sir?
By who?
I don't know anybody's name. Nobody wants to give me their names
All right.
like you.
You need to exit this is a secured building. You need to exit the building immediately. There is no videotaping. There's a sign right there. It says no audio or videotaping it at all. You need to exit the building
That's not a law. This is
You need to exit the building immediately.
Right, but I'm here to see a public office.
Exit
The public.
the building immediately.
Am I
This is not a public office.
Am I in the wrong
This is-
space? Is this where the Connecticut Police Officer Standards and Training Council
This
is?
is not it. No. Goodbye.
Yeah, this is where it is. Sir. Do you mind if I get your name before I leave, sir?
No, you can leave.
Sawyer?
Good. Out the door.
But
This is a secured building.
This is where the Connecticut
This is
Police
a secured
Office.
building. You are not allowed in here. It says it right in there. No audio, no recording. Goodbye.
Connecticut Police
Have a
Officer
good day.
Standards and Training Council.
Have a good day.
Is that where this office is?
Have a good day.
Sir, I'm not a threat to you. I'm a journalist. I'm asking questions. I wanted to submit this complaint.
Have a good day.
Go.
Go.
I am in the process of leaving, but I'm asking some questions.
Good. You can keep walking. We're not answering any questions. Have a good day.
Sir, this is where the Connecticut Police Officer Standards and Training Council is, correct?
From the outside.
Yeah, good.
All you want.
You
Right.
can film right in front of, and that's
All right, I'm out of the building now.
That's fine.
This is the address where I
All
got.
the way out.
I am out of the building.
So we can
sir.
close the door, sir.
Thank you.
This is a secured facility. This is a secure building. This is not.
It's not so secure if I got
Yes,
here,
it
right?
is.
If I walked in.
Doesn't matter.
Close the door now, sir. Okay, thank you.
You see the
Sir,
key code?
where
You need a
is-
key code to get in?
I didn't enter a key code.
Hi, guys.
Excuse me, sir. Do Do you know where the Connecticut Police Officer Standards and Training Council, it gives this address, and it says it's open to the public from 9 to 4, sir.
So this building isn't open to general public.
But this is, do you know where the Training Council is, sir? Excuse me. Oh, that was a warm welcome. So just to be clear, the Connecticut Police Officer Standards and Training Council, the complaint for revocations of said certification, I looked it up online, and I was told to come here, 285 Preston Avenue, Meriden, Connecticut. It said that it was open from 9 to 4 to submit a complaint. That's what I was trying to do. They said it's a secure building. We walked right in without any issues. I mean, I don't really get it. It has a sign literally for visitors over here.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Administrative assistant. I'm gonna have to get my cell phone, or do you have your phone on you, Leroy?
Yeah, I do.
Do you mind if I use it? Well, wasn't that a warm welcome?
That was bizarre. I mean,
Very
aggressive.
weird.
Very, very aggressive, too. By the way, what happened to your other cameraman?
My other cameraman, I now have Leroy Truth from Leroy Truth Investigations here. So he also does not have a hood and a mask, as the state police were saying. They falsely stated in their report that my cameraman had a mask and a hood. There were so many false statements made in the Internal Affairs report, it'll make your head spin. And Colonel Daniel Loffman, the commanding officer of the Connecticut State Police, thought that it was a fair, accurate depiction of what happened and gave a lot of context. You know, it gave context, but just false context. You know, his department are liars. That's what they are. So again, my cameraman obviously does not want to engage in these sort of journalistic activities anymore. He's actually traumatized seeing a therapist over this entire scenario. So Leroy here, he's got the heart of a lion, and as you could see, why he'd be scared. We walked into a public building. They say it's restricted, but they opened the door for us. They had no problems with it. Apparently, I mean, it wasn't restricted. We got in. How did we get there? They always say it's restricted, you know, and then we just walked in. We were let in by an employee here. And again, this is the address I get. I wanted to make a complaint with the Connecticut POSTC, the Training Council, to revoke former Sergeant Brian Fehee's certification. And apparently, that office doesn't exist. I mean, we'll see. Let's call the administrator right now. Hey, I'm just recording for quality assurance and transparency. Ma'am, I am trying to speak to somebody from the POSTC Council. I was told that it's here at the State Police Academy. I'm looking to speak to somebody regarding submitting a complaint for revocation of an officer's certification per Connecticut General Statute. I was told that I can do that, submit a complaint here. So I'm just outside and I wanted to figure out what was that process.
Okay, so what is your name, please?
Sure, my first name is Sean Paul, Seanpaul. That's one word, ma'am. And then my last name is Reyes, Reyes.
Okay, so you're out front and you want to submit a...
Yeah, I have documentation, a flash drive. Just, I saw the complaint form on your website. It says you guys were open, at least I don't know if you were for the POSTC, but it says the office was open from, I believe, 9 to 4. So I just wanted to stop by here and submit the complaint per the Connecticut General Statute that allows for that.
Okay, so normally we're not open to the public. Our headquarters is open to the public in Middletown, but I could certainly reach out to the executive director and see how we
Yeah, what's the proper way? Yeah, it wasn't very clear online, but I know there is a statute that provides for a member of the public submitting a complaint for investigation by the POSTC, the Training Council. So I just, whatever authority that statute has, when I Googled your office, it didn't come back, it came back to this office here in Meriden at the police academy.
Okay, let me just check with him. And
Sure.
What is your number? I can give you a call back.
Sure, my number's... Yeah, I'll be waiting here. I don't know if it's here or another location, but I'll just wait here until I get your call back. Thank you, ma'am. What was your first name again?
My name is Lois.
Lois. Thank you, Lois. I appreciate it. Thank you for your time. Bye-bye.
You're welcome. Let me find out for you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right, so we just got on the phone with Lois, who apparently works in the... Oh, she's the administrative assistant. as you could see there. Very nice woman. She was very cordial, very professional, very polite with us. That's how all public servants should be with members of the public. Again, we were let into the building. Let's be very clear. We were allowed into the building. I Googled the address for the POSTC, the training council, and it brought me here. She says there's a headquarters. Obviously, there is some sort of office here for the POSTC, the Connecticut Training Council, but there's some office here that exists. Maybe there is a headquarters we can go to. I don't know, but I think the behavior and the conduct of the Connecticut State Police, very aggressive for, they could have just answered who they were. Who are you? No, who are you? No, all the back and forth of just a polite conversation. We were right in the lobby of the building. We were let in. De-escalation works wonders. Hey, sir, how are you? They asked me for my credentials, and I actually brought my credentials today, courtesy of freepresspass.com. Printed this out earlier today. I normally don't carry credentials, as you all know, because they're useless. I mean, only people who believe in credentials are the people who don't understand the United States Constitution and the First Amendment. But, let's play by their game. Let's play by their game and see how far it gets us. And our credentials didn't get us anywhere, so didn't get us anywhere. And I brought the man with the suit and a tie as the camera man over here, Leroy Truth Investigation. Again, he wasn't, Mike Emergil cameraman wasn't as well dressed as Leroy, but he sure wasn't wearing a mask and a hood. But we'll wait for a call back and we'll see what happens.
I'm looking for the POSTC.
Inside the so-called training academy, the moment I ask to file my complaint, they flip. No cameras, no recording. Leave now. But wait. If this place is really secure, why was I able to walk right in? Instead of hearing me out, they shove, threaten, even mention pulling a gun. This isn't accountability. It's intimidation at its finest.
My name is Tom Wider. I'm the executive director of the Connecticut Police Academy.
Oh, okay. Nice to meet you, sir. My name is Sean. Nice to meet you. And your name, ma'am?
Jessica.
Jessica? Nice to meet you, Jessica. Yes. So I'm here. Thank you for your card. So I'm here just to speak with somebody. When I Googled the POSTC, the Connecticut State Police Training Council, it brought me here. And per Connecticut General Statute, I wanted to file a complaint against a former police sergeant, Brian Fehee, for his conduct while he was a state police officer. I brought some documents and some evidence to submit. I am not a lawyer, but I looked at there's a mechanism via the Connecticut General Statutes to submit that complaint directly to the POSTC, the Training Council. Are you familiar with that?
Well, sure, of course we are.
Okay, I don't know. So.
we don't accept revocation requests from the general public. We only accept revocation requests from chief law enforcement officials of law enforcement units in Connecticut.
Okay, the statute doesn't allow a member of the public to submit a complaint?
Well, you can submit a complaint. This is not, the Post Council, the Post Academy is not an investigative body per se. So if there was a revocation request to be submitted here, it would come from a chief law enforcement official from a law enforcement unit.
But it doesn't specifically state that in the statute from what I'm, from the way I'm familiar,
the Post Council has policy on who they will request from. That is actually,
so it's an internal policy.
It's a Post Council. Post Council is an appointed body.
Okay. Can I just grab the law here? The actual. I just want to show you something. I left it over here. Sorry. Sure. Sort of make sure we're talking about the same thing. So I was submitting the complaint pursuant to Connecticut General Statute 7-294D.
Yes.
That's the same statute we're talking about.
Yes.
And I would just give some. So your internal policy at the Training Council does not allow for a member of the public to submit a complaint against an officer for conduct unbecoming that would.
Right. So I mean, if we're talking about a complaint per se, right? Not revocation. We don't investigate complaints against officers. We frequently receive complaints here from the public because they think this might be a landing spot to send them. We refer them typically back to the agency where an officer is employed. If we're talking about revocations, again, it's the Post Council's standing policy that they only accept revocation requests from chief law enforcement official for a law enforcement unit, which is typically the chief of police or
in this case, the colonel,
right,
the commanding officer,
the colonel of the state
commissioner,
police is the chief law
right,
enforcement official,
the colonel, Daniel Loftman. Okay, but there's no mechanism for dealing with you guys directly, because the colonel, the chief law enforcement officer for the Connecticut State Police, he issued an internal affairs report. He signed off on an internal affairs report about this incident, but it's full of inaccuracies and false statements. And I was reading the statute, and it doesn't provide for the complaint has to come from a chief law enforcement officer.
Well, first of all, I can't speak for Colonel Lockman or
right
process. No comment on that. But again, this is the policy here at the academy. It's the policy established by the Post Council, which has authority over certification, decertification, revocation.
And the Post Council is made up of
22 appointed people. 7294 outlines all of the appointments and where they have to come from to be considered for an appointment.
Okay, so it's 22 individuals. Are they law enforcement individuals?
I believe 8 of them are chiefs of police. The governor of our state has a lot of the appointments.
Okay.
Members of the General Assembly, Senator Pro Tem has an appointment. It's all listed in the statute.
Okay. All right. Well, if that's the internal policy, I mean, there's nothing I could do. I really appreciate you coming out and speaking with me. And I just, again, when I Googled, I did a quick Google search of where the office was. I wasn't aware that this is somehow a restricted building to the public.
Yeah, I mean, this is a public building, but we don't service the public, right? It's an academy. We teach police officers. We teach recruits. The members of the public come here by invitation for certain functions, yes, but it's not a facility, again, that we serve the public from.
Okay. All right, sir. So I will look into this. Is there a different office for the POSTC, or this is the main office?
No, this is it.
This is
25 personnel.
Because when I was speaking to Lois on the phone, she said that there was a headquarters.
Well, headquarters. Yeah, I'm sure you're familiar with this. Just a few minutes down the street.
Oh, that would be
the DESP headquarters.
Oh, okay.
Right.
So the POSTC is under the DESP, or is a separate agency?
It's a body with separate and distinct authority.
Right.
But it is connected to DESP, and it's connected to the police
and
academy, the academy staff.
Because this officer is no longer an officer with the state police anymore, but the certification is for any law enforcement agency inside of the state of Connecticut, correct? Not just the state police.
Correct. Any police officer in the state of Connecticut is certified through Post Council.
And there is no way that your office or the POSTC, the training council, can initiate. There's no other than a chief law enforcement officer. I just want to understand you, sir.
Yes.
I'll a couple more minutes. So there is no other mechanism for the training council to look into a officer being decertified for misconduct, without a chief of police from any agency, or just his agency?
His or her agency. There's one caveat to that. The Inspector General can also
the Inspector General
request.
Sounds like that's my next stop. Okay, Inspector General. Okay, thank you so much, sir. Appreciate your time today. Thank you for coming out and taking my questions, being cordial. Thank you so much, ma'am. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Have a great day. Take care. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So we just spoke with the director of the State Police Training Academy here, the director of this building. I will give him credit for coming out and speaking to us and being cordial and answering all my questions. That's all we really ask for, is for somebody to be cordial and treat us with respect and acknowledge our requests. And he did that. He came out here and he answered our questions, and that's important. And he even admitted that this is a public building, not generally open to the public, but not some sort of prison, no high security facility here. Very cordial, very nice. Apparently there's an internal policy. I'm not an attorney. So the Connecticut General Statute 7-29(4)D is related to the Police Officer Standards and Training Council. And it gives them the authority to look into law enforcement officers in Connecticut, analyze their misconduct, and revoke or suspend an officer's certification for conduct undermining fitness to serve, dishonesty, abuse of authority, or violations of the POSTC Code of Ethics and Professional Standards. I think that former Sergeant Brian Fehee violated every single one of those standards. We're going to keep reporting. A lot of people say, you know, hey, you've been reporting on this Fehee situation for a while. This is a major story. This is the story of 2025. This is my mission. This is my goal until accountability is had, which is why I came here to revoke his certification so he can never be a law enforcement officer in the state of Connecticut again. It's very important to follow up. It's very important to chase these stories and to investigate these stories and to make sure that accountability is had, because if not, we're just posting videos of crazy, wild encounters of unhinged police officers. It's all about the follow through. And we're going to continue to do that. You know, after my questions, he did say that the Inspector General can submit a complaint for revocation. So we're going to go to the Inspector General's office and give him all this information, and hopefully they do the right thing. So stay tuned. So they told me the other person that could submit a recommendation for decertification would be the Inspector General of Connecticut. So Inspector General Prescott, he was actually just appointed July 1st, 2025. So we came down to the only known address for him and his office, which is the Division of Criminal Justice here right behind me. So we're going to try and see if we could speak to him, get some answers, you know, submit our complaint. I'm not going to hold my breath. These government buildings are locked down, but we'll see what we can do. Let's get into it.
Hi, we're here to see that.
Hi, the Inspector General. His office. Inspector General's office, I was told, is here.
They are not in this office.
No?
They have the protected address.
Okay.
Inspector General?
Yes. Hold on. We'll get you the on-call inspector for the day because they'll be able to help you.
Okay, thanks. Appreciate it. Hey, how are you, sir? My name is Paul Reyes. What's your name?
Uche.
Nice to meet you.
Inspector Perone.
Inspector Perone. Thank you, sir. Perone. Excuse me. So I went to the Connecticut Police Officer Standards Training Council. I was looking to, part of the Connecticut General Statute 729 4D, to submit a complaint that would revoke certification of a law enforcement officer. So I was recently attacked by a law enforcement officer, former sergeant. He now is retired, former sergeant, but he was an active duty Connecticut State Police officer, former Sergeant Brian Fehee. So I wanted to submit a complaint against him. I had some documents here. They told me to come speak to the Inspector General's office. Do you guys work out of that office?
No.
You guys are just...
This is the Chief State Attorney's office.
Right, but this is the address that's given for the Inspector General.
I can take whatever you want and turn it in, or you can scan it, email it, or you can mail it. Whatever you like.
Is the Inspector General like under this Chief State's Attorney? Like, is that, or is it like a separate agency? Like, I know his name's
under the same
Judge
umbrella.
Elliott or something like that. He was just appointed in July 1st. But it's under the same umbrella as the Division of Criminal Justice.
Kind of, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. See, this is for the
For a complaint.
yeah, for the Chief State's Attorney, though. Office of the Chief State's Attorney.
Yeah, we don't work for the Inspector General.
Is his office here?
No.
His office isn't here. The Inspector General. Okay. Yeah, if you
Want
want.
to put it in an envelope, we can get it.
Yeah.
Put his name on it if you want.
Yeah, that'd be
We
great.
can get you an envelope.
Yeah, sure. I have flash drive too.
Oh,
So
yeah, yeah, whatever you want to put. You
Right.
seal it up and then
Perfect.
we'll make sure it gets to where it's got to go.
I appreciate that, sir.
All right, hang on a
Thank you.
second.
Yep, thank you. So apparently the Inspector General's office is unknown to the public. I can't even find it on Google. It's only a mailing address. I'm going to mail him some documents as well, but his official duties are to investigate use of force, failure to intervene, investigate law enforcement officers, and then decertify them if that is the case, or recommend decertification to the Office of Police Officer Standards and Training Council, POSTC, which we tried to speak to earlier. As you saw, we were greeted by very unfriendly law enforcement officers, very unfriendly public servants that didn't like the fact that we were there asking questions, trying to get some accountability. So now we're here at the Criminal Justice Division, the Division of Criminal Justice, Office of the Chief State's Attorney. I'd been here before, didn't have a very good experience here last time I was here, which seems to be the case everywhere here in Corrupticut. But, you know, we're trying to get some accountability. Doesn't seem like we can get accountability.
That should take it up.
Yeah, that's fine. Perfect.
You want to put it in there?
Yeah.
And, with a marker, you put the name of who you want it to, and we'll get it through the inter-office mail and get it to where it's gotta go.
Perfect. Big envelope.
Didn't know how to start that.
I appreciate it.
So you get a memory stick too, you want to throw it in there?
Yeah, I just want to throw in a flash drive with some video evidence.
Want to seal it? So you just
Yeah, just gonna put this back in.
Yeah. We'll get it in the inter-office mail and get it to Rick's better go. Prescott. Last name.
Prescott.
He was just appointed, correct?
Yes, sir.
July 1st. That's all.
This. So that.
Perfect.
How's that, Frank?
As I left the building, the truth became clearer. This wasn't about security. It was about shutting down accountability. I was allowed in, no problem. But the moment I tried to file my complaint, doors slammed, voices rose, and public servants treated me like a threat instead of a citizen. Still, I pressed forward. I spoke directly with the Academy's director. Credit where it's due, he was respectful enough to answer my questions. But what he admitted was shocking. The public has no real path to seek revocation of an officer's certification. Only chiefs and top brass can push those requests, even when the misconduct is undeniable. So I turned to the Inspector General's office, only to find it hidden from the public. No office, no address, just a mailbox. I handed over my evidence, my flash drive, my complaint. Whether they act on it or bury it, time will tell. But they can never say we didn't try. We faced locked doors, hostility, lies, and intimidation. But we stood our ground. This isn't the end. It's just another chapter in demanding accountability. Former Sergeant Fehee may have retired, but misconduct doesn't retire with you. Certification, credibility, trust, those should be earned, not protected. We'll keep fighting, keep showing up, and keep shining light where others want darkness. Because in the end, the only secure thing they've built here is a wall against transparency. And we're not done breaking it down. Stay tuned.